We continue interviewing Mr. Romney's empty chair here on the Savage Nation. Apparently he has time for Univision and for anti-Romney television shows, which he can't seem to get enough of, but he despises Tea Party activists and conservatives, apparently only wanting your money, but he will not come and talk to you or take your question. So Mr. Romney's empty seat is sitting here. The microphone is live. If you have a question for Mitt Romney on the Savage Nation, I'll take it right now. Let's go to New York City, WOR Radio. Marty, what's your question for Mitt Romney's empty microphone?
Mr. Romney, are you afraid to tell the independents in America that the president is a communist, fascist, anti-Semitic person because you're afraid you'll lose their vote? Is that why you're holding back?
Mr. Romney, you heard the question. Please give us your answer. Well, the answer is the crickets. I guess you heard that answer, Marty. Does that answer your question?
Well, I'd like you to answer that question. That's what's making me feel more confident that the hope is that he's holding back for that reason, because we studied this man for 4 years, the president, and when you try to tell someone right out of the blue these conclusions, you sound crazy instead of the president sounding crazy.
That's right. That's how good Obama's brain is. Obama's brain is the most brilliant handler in the history of the presidency. And Obama's team is about 20 times brighter than Romney's team, which is how he gets away with what he gets away with. The worst economy in modern American history, the destruction of our military, the loss of our national pride, the demise of NASA, the end of a foreign policy, the withdrawal of America from the world stage, from the international stage. It's astounding. This would ordinarily cost a sitting president. By now, he'd be behind 20 points in any poll. But these men are so brilliant, and Romney's people are so, I don't know what to say. I don't think they're that stupid. I think they're undermining him on purpose, frankly. I distrust the Republican establishment intuitively. Do you know that, Marty? I distrust the Republican establishment intuitively. I believe they hate conservatives. I know they hate Tea Party members for reality. I believe that the Republican establishment hates the Tea Party as much as the Congressional Black Caucus does. Do you know that?
But let's take your theory. What do we do if he goes at them and tries
he can't do anything. We can't do anything because we don't have. What do you mean if he goes at them? I mean, if he says anything, you think he'll alienate voters? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's the theory that I have. That's the only reason why I could rationalize holding back, calling the president what he is, a communist.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. You're not actually asking a question. You're saying the reason Romney is being such a patsy is because he fears that if he says it like it is, the voters will be afraid of him.
The independents who are ignorant, basically.
Well, who are the independents? Marty, are you an independent?
What?
Are you an independent?
Hell no. I'm trying to save America.
All right, so how do you define yourself then, as a conservative patriot?
Yes.
Okay, so the independents are not conservatives. They're not patriots. What are they?
They're people who haven't studied it every day for the last 3.5 years. So you take somebody who is basically unfamiliar with the situation, and you got to back up to where you might have been 4 years ago. And somebody tells you your president is a communist fascist, which is the truth, but you think that the person who's telling you that is a nut.
Right. Well, you can't say he's a communist fascist. You have to say to him, if you're debating him, you have to say, Mr. Obama, why did you pass in the middle of the night on New Year's Eve the NDAA, which gives the military the power to round up any citizen off the streets? I would ask that question. I wouldn't care what the moderators asked me. I would smile. I would do a Reagan-esque and say, I would ask Mr. Obama why he passed the NDAA in the middle of the night. That's what I would do. Don't you think that would do it with a smile? Yes, well, I do. Why am I asking you what you think? That's what I think. I don't know if I like the crickets as much as I like the dial tone. Let's go back to the dial tone. New York Pete, question for Mitt Romney's empty chair. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Governor, I'd like to know, when do you plan on taking the gloves off?
Okay, Mr. Romney, you're on. You're sitting here at the Savage Nation. You're in the empty chair. Mr. Romney, when do you intend to take your gloves off? Pete, does that answer your question?
That answers it. Thank you very much, Doctor.
See, at least I got a chuckle out of you. Hey, look, if I can't turn a lemon into lemonade, I don't know what I can